Thank you for caring and for always keeping us protected.
We do believe, right, our menu was only 1 week before we stabilized on what we want to do at this restaurant because we kept changing, but that was the wrong thing. Hawker is very stagnant already. It was because of recklessness we moved here, but the recklessness we didn't regret.
I'm your host, Emily. Today, I'll be interviewing the owners of a rather famous local business and their take on COVID-19. Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Jason. Nice to meet you, I suppose.
So, can you tell me more about how you started Beng Who Cooks?
I started 3 years ago at a nearby market. Because of stagnability, right, I decided to move here. But it's a long story. We just moved here 3 months ago. I'll bring you around my kitchen, and you'll see. Let's go. And this is Ray. Ray is my right-hand man now.
So, can you tell me more about how COVID-19 affected your business?
Last time at the hawker, right, I only do lunch. My daily sales, I can hit 600 per day. But during COVID, right, I only did like $12 to $18 a day. That's like, I don't know, more than 95%. It's bad, it's horrible, but if you got a will, you got a way to survive. So you just have to hang in there.
And I heard during COVID, you had this thing called Beng Who Cares Foundation, right?
Yes. I sort of set out the foundation with the mindset of helping all the parents that lost their job. Because if you lose their job, right, they will keep very sharp from their kids. They want to make sure their kids enjoy their childhood, then they are still suffering. Parents are very willing to die for their kids. We deliver the food to them right to their doorstep. It's more of saving the parents' face, ego, and more of letting everybody enjoy and still survive during this tough time.
Have you had any challenges or difficulties when you were doing this Beng Who Cares Foundation during COVID-19?
Like I said, we manage a small hawker store. And during that time, right, our delivery hit more than 120 locations a day. Guys being guys, us being us, we said that once we agree, we promise, then we will deliver. For 2 months, we wasted a lot of money. We went broke. We really went broke for it, but it's satisfying. Because I'm a man of no patience. I get very agitated, I get very hot-tempered very fast. So I get someone to handle the situation. Because when they ask for food, right, sometimes I will doubt them. Then I will ask them a lot of questions, but someone will just okay, let's do it. Then later on, right, when we progress to the later stage, right, 2 of my friends came in. A delivery rider guy, he is a firefighter, but he volunteered to become a delivery rider, and a guy who is good at IT. So he set up a Google Doc for us. So actually, the whole Beng Who Cares Foundation, right, is a 4-man team.
2个 bak 炒2个 buri 1个 mushroom 1个 sea salt coffee.
Alright, Emily, service.
Coming right up. Enjoy. Despite circuit breaker and COVID-19, why do you decide to open up a restaurant in these times?
Hawker is very stagnant already. And us being us, right, we were stupid enough and reckless enough, really. It was because of recklessness we moved here, but the recklessness we didn't regret. We do believe, right, our menu was only 1 week before we stabilized on what we want to do at this restaurant because we kept changing, but that was the wrong thing. My advice is really, you always have to plan ahead. Yeah, so you need to look 5 steps ahead. Yeah, one thing we did wrong, but one thing we also did right was to move to this place.
What are your thoughts on this pandemic, in general?
Actually, I felt quite proud during this pandemic because we get to see Singaporeans helping each other.
Like yourselves?
Yeah, because we very kiasu and very scared die one. Even though we hot all the toilet rolls and everything, right, people still willing to help. There was this auntie that came up to us and said oh, I saw that you are doing this foundation and stuff. And then she took out $500 from her wallet. Then we're like, no, we don't accept. Then she was like, it's not my money also, this one is government give me one. And I don't need it, so you all go and help people. Then she threw the money, she ran. So both of us just watch her run off. Then after we just slow jog over there, just pass to her auntie, we really don't want to take your money. So during this pandemic, this is the side that we don't see on usual days.
I feel like today was a very interesting experience for me because I got to experience what it was like to work in a restaurant, and I also got to meet the very interesting and sociable characters of Jason and Zhen Long. After talking to them about how they gave back to the community, started their own restaurant, and even how they feel towards the pandemic, really gave me the idea that anything is possible as long as you believe in it and have no regrets. Please remember to follow this series because on the next episode, I will be interviewing a food delivery rider and finding out her story behind the mask.